Look, I'm wearing my super dad hat today, Don, because my son graduated from PK3. So
Wow.
PK
Congratulations.
PK, I don't even know what these things are. PK2, PK3, PK4. He goes, and then he goes to PK is before kindergarten. So we went yesterday, and they had like a little party. We got to see his inside of his school because I didn't go there when we originally brought him. Caroline went. I guess it's the only time you get to see it because all this crazy stuff, the lockdowns, they don't let the parents in the buildings. And it's a Jewish school, so like there's armed guards, guards. That's Jewish school, armed guards. That's kind of ironic. There's armed guards, um, because there's a lot of anti-Semitism going on now and stuff. Anyway, so we got to see him in his room, and man, does he listen to that teacher? I don't. He doesn't listen to his parents, but that teacher is. So yesterday he graduated. He told me this morning. I said, "You accomplished so much. Now you're done with PK3." He goes, "Yeah, I'm a little sad though." I mean, he's going to the same place with mostly the same friends, not all of them. Anyway, I'm super dad today because it's first day with him flying all over the place. Camp starts next week. My wife's running around getting ready for Shabbat, so he's been on a few meetings. He
Well,
might
that's
even
cool.
pop in on this. He might even pop in on this one.
Like father, like son, huh?
Well, he knows. If you ask him, how do you make money, and he said meetings. That's how he makes money. He comes on the meetings, and I say, "Well, what are we trying to do?" He's like, "Make sales." So,
We got him
some
going
people,
there.
some people are. I mean, not some people. The vast majority of people would never really consider themselves salespeople. It's like I don't know why it's like a derogative term. I'm proud to be a salesperson. I started selling when I was 13. I finished. It was grueling to finish the Torah portion. My dad it tortured me to be able to learn that portion. I was up there in front of however many hundred people. When I finished, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then at the end, they let me speak, and they said, "You have anything to say?" And I was like, "Yeah, let the checks roll in." But I mean, I enjoy sales. It's I think that's a shift
Well,
that we help
I
people.
because
That's a shift on. That's why I think we gravitated because you're an incredible sales guy. You enjoy it too, and that's really what we help a lot of people with. Right? Is really understanding that it's like if you want to make a bigger impact in the world, it's like your obligation to be in enrollment conversations.
yeah, and it's really how you experience and define sales. A lot of people look at it like intrusive, like taking advantage, like a million different negative terms. But if you fully understand and appreciate the full value of being a quality salesperson, it's really being an advocate for the person you're working for or working with, right? And here's the point: you get to sell anything you want. So it's your choice. Anything you can sell that you can show as a better, easy to understand alternative is really being an advocate by saying, here's where you are, here's where you could be, and here's how it all comes together, and I can help you. Right? So if you're there to serve the individual client and bring value, quality of life, all these things, it's a wonderful occupation. And it really doesn't have to be an occupation. It's really an added complementary integration in what you do. Because here's what I'll prove to you and everybody watching this right now. How many times do you go to a movie and love it, and before you know it, you told 10 people, right? How many times do you go to a restaurant and loved it, told 20 people? Well, you've been selling and referring that product and that experience without even knowing about it, right? Now, when it comes to monetizing it and doing it right, there is some skill and there is some experience that would benefit people. And I think that's the justification for us coming together is we are two, and not to pat ourselves on the back, very experienced professional salespeople. And now with what's going on in LinkedIn and social media, really promotional people, right? We're not here to sell something, which is in people's minds arm twisting. We're here to promote, share knowledge, and give people an honest shot at success, because you can't make it on your own. I don't care what you do, it's too hard, and why. The challenge is, who do you trust and why do you trust them? And what our strategy is having a free show with unbelievable takeaways for free, having opportunities to get to know us for free, and in turn step up with us at no risk. So if you take all of the danger away and put all the opportunity in front, and the question would be, why are you doing this? Well, because of absolute confidence that it works, because we do it and we prove it every day. This is not a philosophy, right? This is a proven strategy. And by sharing knowledge, which is key, but more importantly, we know the LinkedIn journey and many journeys in life are usually cumbersome, long, frustrating. Well, when you've been up and down the mountain 3-4 times, you know the routes, you know the comfortable way of doing it. We've mastered it. You know, that's another thing that most people won't say. And here's one thing, it's dynamic and changing every day, right?
Yeah.
So if you had it last week, you don't have it today. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. And you know, it's fast, and there's something to be said for that, because when I'm enrolling people to come into the Done For You LinkedIn content lead generation program, I basically tell them that this is the fastest way to money, because I've done all the digital marketing stuff. I built the most complicated funnels in the world, landing pages and copy and sales pages and order pages and all this stuff, calendars and links and reminder emails and webinars. I've done it all. I was at the top a decade ago in this, and it's a complicated. And then once you get it built, just to track the data is just crazy. UTM codes, where are they coming from, and why they come from over here, and is that what's a good place? And we spent so much over here, and what's my revenue per, the channel over here, and then, then to order page and order bounces and upsells and downsells, and it's complicated. And the thing about LinkedIn, it's the complete opposite of that. And that's what Don was saying. It's like, it's fast and it's dynamic. Dynamic means that once you do something, that you can get the data and then you dynamically change and test the next thing, which brings us up to the really great thing that we want to share today. Is, we're our promise to you. Yeah, you're going to hear some stories from Don and I, and we're going to have some fun. That's for sure. But you're going to walk away with at least one item that you can put to work and put to test every time you're with us. Right, Don?
Yeah, you bet. And for the people out there who are listening and will listen after this broadcast is posted on LinkedIn, if you have questions and challenges that are just stopping you from getting over the hump, we want to hear from you. We want to hear what that is. Here's where I think the rubber meets the road. Everybody wants to do better. Everybody at a certain point appreciates LinkedIn is the platform for business, right? So the real key is, what is the challenge? In almost every case initially, it's lack of activity, right? If you had 100 people waiting at your door to buy what you're selling, you wouldn't be selling anymore. You'd be choosing who you want to sell to. So going from no prospects to a boatload sitting outside your door is, how do you get activity? And today we're going to talk about you being proactive, going out, choosing who you want, right? Using what LinkedIn offers you, and creating a list of activity every day that you can say to yourself, and me and Mike have gone over this, but really quickly, work backwards. Whatever your business goal is, if you say, I want 6 clients this month, say, okay, how many calls will it take to close 6 clients? Whatever your conversion rate, okay, figure that in. Let's say it's going to take 20 calls. Well, how many outreaches is it going to take to get people to set up a call appointment out of 20? Maybe it's 200. Okay, fair enough. If you figure a 5-day work week times, 20, a week or whatever it is, then all you got to do is get the 20 every day. We've talked about going in and seeing who comments, who likes, who takes time out to support you. Those are great prospects. If you want to drill really more into a niche and into a specific where you got a better relevant chance of hitting an aligned target, which may improve your conversion rate, may include your client basis, right? This is what we're going to share with you, is showing you how you can go to LinkedIn, look for a prospect that's your ideal customer, and then take it one more step to advanced, which is in Sales Navigator, if you're willing to make an investment. So Mike, you're great at demos and you've done this so many times. Get ready for wonderful tip one takeaway.
All right, let's get this screen sharing going. I want to put us at the bottom, so then we're not taking up too much of the screen. Let's get this over here. Okay, so this is LinkedIn. Let me see if I can. Hold on a second. I'm trying to maximize. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go over two things quickly. It's 2:17. We're going to wrap it up by 2:27. So there we go. We're talking about outbound, and really, most people don't recognize that LinkedIn is it's 800 million people. It's one of the top search places that you can go to find your ideal customer. So first, we're going to show you regular, as if you don't have Sales Navigator. Then we're going to show you a filter on Sales Navigator that's underutilized that you should be using, because it's just going to help you identify people that are actively on LinkedIn. So if you have a pool of people, there's a certain percentage of people that are on LinkedIn, but very frequent, or very infrequently on LinkedIn. They're in LinkedIn, but they're not on LinkedIn very often. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it too well. They have a profile, but they don't come in very much. How's that?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's people that have a profile and then they do come in. And then the people that come in and they're active. And the best is they come in and they're active and they post. That's what we're talking about. That's step 2. So Don, what do you want to put in here as someone to search?
Well, I guess just put in a job title. So you could put in business development, or you could put in whatever, marketing.
Okay, so if you were in a business and then you said, I need to get in touch with all the business development people.
Mm-hmm.
So you put it in here, and then basically what you want to do is you want to then
you can go all the way to filters there at the end. So you get people and then filters. And this gives you a chance to, again, sort by specific element, which could be connections, which are really important on the top. So you can go with first connections. You can go to United States or a certain state if you want for location. You can keep going down.
Yep.
And you could choose an industry if you choose.
So let's do biz dev, marketing, and advertising.
Yeah, and you
And
can
then
hit.
we're going to say United States, and we're going to do outreach. So let's basically say third, and then
So you can go English.
And
And
yeah, let's see what it says. Show results. So this is going to show you 307,000 people.
yeah, I think it's primarily because of third connection. I think if you go to second.
Yes. If you go to second, and third. 383,000. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm also picking marketing and advertising.
Mm-hmm.
So then what we want to say is like, okay, well, what do we do? This is a takeaway in terms of, okay, what's the next move? So I don't know. Magali is biz dev. So let's just click on her. And this is where I think, we have such a big advantage now by not using outbound automation. Let
Mm-hmm.
everyone keep using outbound automation. Then you're gonna get yourself knocked out of business. It's against the terms of service from LinkedIn. You get caught, they bust you. You get caught twice, you're banned. Everyone says my system doesn't get you busted. LinkedIn knows everything. They know how big your stride is if your mobile app is on your phone. So of course they know every outbound system using. Don't do it because everyone's getting cramped down to 100 outbound a week, which is if you Monday through Friday, it's 20 a day. So why would you use something that's inferior in terms of message capability and it's going to reduce your conversions from cold outreach to connections when you could just take a little bit of time, like we always say, Don? This is biz dev. This is for serious people that want to grow their business with a once in a lifetime opportunity and the most outrageous platform that's giving us everything we could possibly need. So just do a little bit of work. It's going to pay off because you basically can say, okay, Magali, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then we're just looking at something that is interesting that we can hook into.
Yeah, well, she has 7,000 followers, so that tells you
That's
something.
good. Yeah,
And
that's
if
good.
you look at activity, you can
Yeah,
see, how recently she's posted. I think to follow up on what you said, which is so important, is because you can only send 100 invites or a week. Personalization makes so much sense because you're looking to build relationships, right? You're looking to get to know people, and your messaging. And we talked about this yesterday in the mastermind meeting. Is really based on identifying something that shows you read what she had to do or what she's done. Something, she went to University of Michigan, she did this, she did that. It's a great icebreaker. But more importantly, it says you took the time to see who she is, what she does, and you chose to align with her because of that, right? So that gives the
yeah.
reason for being away. And you can see.
Interesting. Yeah.
Mhm.
So interesting. I haven't seen this, but she doesn't have the info section turned on, the about section.
Oh,
And LinkedIn's a little weird because you got to turn those things on.
well, that
So
would be a wonderful heads up. By the way, looked at your profile, saw we have a lot in common. By the way, your info is not turned on, right?
yeah, that would
And
be
also
a great.
did her a favor.
Yeah, you're doing someone a favor. She's in New York. And just the other thing to look at real quick is like you said, go to the activity in the post. Go to her post. Let's see. Wow, she hasn't posted in a year. So let's go to her activity, which means what she's commenting on. And
Yeah, she's commenting today, one day, 3 days ago, but she's not posting.
yes, so it's a lot of stuff that she's doing here is about her company.
Mm-hmm.
She's into the green stuff, which is good. Um, so here's something, you know, um, sustainability and digital media, because obviously that's what's going on with her. So if we just go back and say, okay, we got sustainability, digital media, and we can give her a tip, right? And maybe we can just say connect and add a note and just say, um, sustainability is so important. Um, I would love to see you make a bigger impact. because she's a
Mhm.
big biz dev too, right? Um, Here's a small tip. You have a, and you don't have to be someone that's selling LinkedIn. You just can notice something and just give a tip, right? You have a section
Mhm.
on your profile called About that is not turned on. You are super interesting. Um, the world know how you and your company can make an impact. Uh,
Yeah.
You know,
Well, this is so valuable because here's the thing: there's 810 million Magalis out there, right? How many can you identify? How many can you communicate with? There's a never-ending supply of prospects. And just doing this will get you, if you did this, and there is a point where some things you can template and some things you need to personalize, but you can move through these pretty quickly. I would say you can knock one out every 2, 3 minutes, right? So if you
yeah,
decided 20 a day, if you put aside an hour and did 20 a day times 5 times 4 is 400 a month at 20 hours a month. Again, take the 400. How many calls would you get if you ran a quality message like this? And let's say, I don't know, 20% conversion to a call. So at that point, you got 80 calls a month, right? That's 20 a week. That's 5 calls a day, every day of the week for a month, right? That should be enough to get 10% into a program or 5%, but now you're getting people you want, people you feel have the best prospect of success with you, and you're introducing yourself in a client value facing manner of offering value and service before they have to even make a decision on anything. And here's what we talked about also. However you communicate with people is competing with how everybody else communicates with people. If you write a quality message like this, you're going to stand out. If you just say, hey, let's have a phone call, well, your chances are pretty slim. You'll save a minute or two a day, but that's not the point. And here's one thing you can measure against: whatever you appreciate and turns you on makes other people like you appreciate and get turned on by the same actions, right? So when someone's done something, you say,
mhm.
boy, that's amazing. I'm really impressed, right? Take it and use it. Don't just compliment it. If it's a real gift, use it, get value, and share it. And now this is, how there's a saying: how people talk and act about you is how they talk and act about everybody else, right? This gives somebody an insight into who you are, what you are, and naturally, you got the benefit of your own profile. So, what is Magali going to do
Let's
after
hit
she's done
send.
this?
Let's
She's going
hit
to go right.
send.
And she's going to go right to your
There we go.
profile,
Send. You're
and
right, Don. So
then
there's
she's going
only
to
a
say,
few options, right? She's going to do nothing.
mm-hmm,
She will see something and be like, "Well, who the hell is this?" That's kind of interesting message. Like you said, go to the LinkedIn profile, and we don't have time to go into that. We'll do a session on that, Don and I's profile, because they are dialed in to be a lead conversion machine. So that would be good. Um, and or they're going to go and see, well, what are they up to? And they're going to go look at my post and see I'm teaching, and then
mm-hmm.
they're going to be like, this is I'm either going to connect with them and or I'll respond or do nothing. So what can you lose?
You can't.
Nothing.
Because here's the thing: is you're hoping people reach out to you, and that's a given. While you're waiting for them to reach out to you, you reach out to them, right? But what happens when you reach out to them? They reach back to you, which was your first reason for being in the first place. You just primed the pump, got the ball rolling. Plus, here's another thing: people are vain, and when you compliment them and it's sincere and it's real, it makes a difference in people's days, right? Most people deal with challenges and frustration. All of a sudden, someone comes out of the blue, say, I found you. I appreciate you. I love what you're doing. I think you got huge potential. And by the way, here's something that can help you. You're missing a section, right? It's not salesy. It's community relationship building and trust building. And if you do enough of them, people, like Mike says, will do one of three things. You know, there's a saying: some will, some won't, so what? You know, and that's how you sort, right? You put it out there, and the people who are supposed to gravitate to you do, and the people who want to take more time or don't. But that's why doing it on a consistent basis, and consistency is so key, because not only will you do more of it more often, you'll get better every day you do it based on the responses. You'll start tweaking. You'll start saying, hey, this was a hit. Let's apply this more often. You fail your way to the top. The faster you start putting out activity.
That's that dynamic, because you do, 20 of these a day for a week. Look at the data. Oh, the ones where I was super complimentary, I got better responses, or I got worse. It's okay. Everyone's style is different. Ideal customer is different. Like, we just encourage you to do something. You don't need a funnel. You don't need a web page. You don't need any of the stuff I mentioned in the beginning. You need nothing. You need brains, fingertips, and courage. That's it. You have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain.
And the ability to be teachable, right?
Well, yes.
I think that's key. And what we're trying to do is give you the courage, the confidence, and the wisdom to make moves, right? To take actions. Everybody's a genius until they got to go to work, right? And then it really shows. And I think that's what we're here for, is to be your workout buddy. But more importantly, simplify things that anybody can do it, right? If they're committed to doing it. And the only reason they're going to get committed to do it is their confidence and their belief they're going to get rewarded for it, right? Yes. If we send somebody a check for $1 million that was post-dated and they knew it was good, right? And all we said is, do this for a year and you get your money, no one would say no, right? It's guaranteed. All they got to do is show up. What people don't have confidence in themselves or their ability, which is the vast majority of people on LinkedIn. So if you're one of them, don't feel alone. Feel like there's really cool territory of yet to be approached, and we can help you. And, it makes everybody can be so successful on LinkedIn. It's like a huge ocean, and people are afraid to drop a line in the water. And we understand that. But anyways, this is a perfect way of, when you're waiting for something to happen, to make something happen, to practice exercise. Because here's another point: if you don't do anything, you learn nothing, you get nothing. By doing something, you got a chance.
Yeah. So I need to jump off to another meeting, but I want to give this last piece, Tom, which is the secret for the Sales Navigator. We do the same thing and type in Sales Navigator, business development, and you go to lead filters, because this is the lead side of the database. And then it's going to come up with the same kind of thing. And then you go geography, North America, and industry. We said we're going into it was marketing. Marketing. So that's fine. There's 21 million. There'll be a few less now, but here's really the key. It's 15,000, and the activity over here says spotlights. This is where you want to jump in. And when you scroll down, you'll see posted on LinkedIn in 30 days. And it's telling you there's 4,500 of them. So you just click that. And now within the last 30 days, these people have posted. So we're even giving you a simpler pool to swim in, because you don't have to worry. Okay, maybe 30% or once in a month coming on LinkedIn. So you send a message, they won't see it for 30 days. Well, here's a great pool to play in because these people have posted within the last 30 days.
Mhm.
So I'm going to wrap it up. Once again, time flew. I mean, we basically started on time. So we're 36 minutes in. It's supposed to be 20 minutes, but Don and I can't help ourselves.
No, no matter
So
how much we try, we can't squeeze it all.
Tuesday, Tuesday, we have a really big announcement. We're coming out with the LinkTank coaching and mastermind program. There'll be a description of everything that's available. There'll be retail pricing, and there'll be this crazy, I think one of the best offers on in the internet history that Don and I will be revealing on Tuesday, and there'll be a buy button. So when we reveal it, you can actually go and you push the button like in Amazon, right? They add to shopping cart. Amazon doesn't feel bad when they put that orange button down there. How silly would it be if they didn't put the button there? So Don and I will have a button, right? Won't we, Don?
Yep, we can't wait for the button, and it's going to be a button that could open doors for you that you never imagined and give us a chance to work together. So, very
Yeah.
excited. Don't miss Tuesday. Tell everybody you know. Tuesday, 2 p.m., Link Tank. Get the button.
Yes. Get the button. Let me stop sharing. Get you and I side by side so we can give them a Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for joining. Keep sending in your messages. And I also even forget to thank the people that are watching on the replay because it's as you said, I think we're getting close between you and I to almost 1,000 people on the replay, and that's pretty cool because it's Tuesday and Friday. We got a show. This is not like, oh, we're going live once in a while. It's Link Tank Tuesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Don, you want to give us a parting?
Yeah, Shabbat Shalom. And I want to thank everybody for taking their time today, for supporting what we're doing, and hopefully joining forces with us so we can all win bigger, better, and faster together. So, that's the marching orders for this weekend. Take our tips today, give it a try, surprise yourself, surprise us with the results of your surprise, and we'll share it with everybody else. And let's make this a win-win-win opportunity that only gets bigger and better with time. So thanks everybody again. Be safe,
Thank
and
you.
we'll talk to you Tuesday.
All right.